The hype is growing for AEW's next big signing. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is just pro wrestling news for Friday, March 5th, 2021. This update is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us. Results from Thursday's NXT UK and New Japan's anniversary show are straight ahead. But first,
AEW.
Speculation is swirling around AEW's next big signing. On Wednesday's Dynamite, Paul Wight described the person as, quote, Hall of Fame worthy and a huge surprise. Tony Khan is not backing away from the growing hype surrounding who's showing up at Sunday's Revolution pay-per-view.
A major star in the world of wrestling, a huge star, is going to come and sign a multi-year contract with AEW on Sunday at the pay-per-view.
That clip is from the AEW Unrestricted podcast. Of all people, CM Punk was asked about this during a Twitter Q&A on Thursday, and he said he is not the surprise signing. Now, Tony Khan did describe the person as a he during the podcast. He also said the huge surprise is a different person from the sixth entrant in a ladder match for a TNT title shot. That person will be revealed during Sunday's show, and that TNT title match is set to happen on Wednesday's Dynamite. One more note from the Unrestricted podcast. Tony Khan mentioned that Anthony Bowens from The Acclaimed is out of action with a knee injury.
WWE.
SmackDown Women's Champ Sasha Banks and her WrestleMania challenger Bianca Belair will get another shot at the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. It was announced Thursday that Banks and Belair will challenge Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax at Fastlane. Tonight's SmackDown main event has Daniel Bryan versus Jey Uso inside a steel cage. If Bryan wins, he gets a shot at Roman Reigns' Universal title at Fastlane. If Uso wins, Bryan must acknowledge Reigns. Kaylee Ray's 500-plus day reign as NXT UK Women's Champion rolls on. She beat Meiko Satomura on Thursday's show.
Ring of Honor.
A high-stakes match on this weekend's Ring of Honor TV. Jay Briscoe versus Matt Taven versus Jay Lethal versus EC3 in a four-corner survival match. The winner gets the shot at Rush and the ROH World Championship at the 19th anniversary pay-per-view on March 26th. Also this weekend, a Pure Rules rematch between Josh Woods and Dalton Castle. Dragon Lee beat Brian Johnson to retain the ROH TV title. That match was shown earlier this week on ROH's The Experience Facebook group and YouTube channel.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
The first official New Japan Cup show is being held this morning. Looking ahead to Saturday's show, there are three first-round matches. Kazuchika Okada versus Shingo Takagi, Kenta versus Juice Robinson, and Tomoaki Hanma versus Minoru Suzuki. Two cup matches were held at Thursday's anniversary show. Great-O-Khan beat Tetsuya Naito via referee stoppage, and Jeff Cobb beat Satoshi Kojima. Kota Ibushi beat El Desperado in the main event, his final defense of the double gold, as they will now be merged into the new IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. New Japan announced two stadium shows coming up in May, at Yokohama Stadium on May 15th and in Tokyo Dome on May 29th. Tonight's New Japan Strong has a pair of qualifying matches for the U.S. version of the New Japan Cup tournament. Rocky Romero versus Leo Rush, and Filthy Tom Lawler versus the DKC. There was some backlash over reports that Marty Scurll attended recent tapings of New Japan Strong. Now there are new reports that New Japan has canceled any plans for an on-screen appearance by Scurll. That is just pro wrestling news for Friday, March 5th. Our next update comes your way tomorrow morning. Please rate, review, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and share this podcast with your friends. We thank you for your support. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.